To those developers, engineers, leaders, and anyone else who feels like their work is overwhelming or the world around them is just too depressing, this is going to be for you. We're going to be talking about what I like to call the new bedspread effect and how it might be the answer you've been looking for. Let's get started. So, the new bedspread effect. So this is going to be great for those of you that are in environments, whether it's your physical environment or maybe it's just sort of like your work, the amount of stuff you have, where it just seems like you're just living in it. You're stuck in it. You're overwhelmed. And it doesn't seem like you don't even know where to begin, but it's just, it sucks. It's overwhelming. You don't like it. So this could be the amount of meetings you have, the amount of tasks you have to complete, or it might just be the quality of what's surrounding you, like your furniture or your desk. Life just is not how you want it. And part of you is just like frustrated and disappointed, like, what's this? I'm doing great things. Like things are supposed to be great. I should be happy. I should be enjoying my life. I've got great skills. I've got on paper a great job and I've got a good place to live, yet I'm surrounded by garbage. It feels like it just feels like it's garbage upon garbage, and it's so hard to find the little gems. And this is something that I experienced, especially earlier on in my career. So I got my doctorate in electrical engineering, and then I started working for Intel. And since I did graduate school, I was living like a college student for over 10 years, basically. And it was okay for a couple of years while I was working. And then at some point, after having enough, I think, well, okay, I had one date that we became friends, and she told me like, dude, your home sucks. Like, what's the deal? You live like a college student. Like, I think I still actually had an end table that was a cardboard box just with a sheet over it. I like to think that maybe I got rid of that a couple years ago, but that could still have been one parts of my furniture in my apartment a couple years after starting work. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's right. I'm living like a college student, and I'm working an adult job, and I'm adult. How do I have adult places to live? And for some of you, you're like, this is not my problem, but this is gonna get to solving, you're having too many tasks or too many meetings or just too much for your work environment. Because I got something for you too. We got to get into, um, and so I went and I asked a friend of mine, his girlfriend, because I was like, maybe she has some ideas of what I can do. Because I still wasn't ready to spend all new furniture money just yet. So I asked her, I was like, what can I do? Apparently my place sucks. She's like, oh, here's what you do. The easiest way to make your place feel so much better is you get a new bedspread. Get one of those bed in a bag sets. So just go to Target, go to Walmart, wherever, get something, and it'll just immediately make the room feel better. So I did. I went and I found one that's like, okay, this is, okay, let's not get the flowers and the pink and the that. Like, no, thank you. And then, okay, I don't want that. But okay, this color, this fabric, this feels good. And okay, all right, it's only 8 pillows, not 85 pillows. This is great. So, do the whole thing up, the new bedspread, the bed, the covers, whatever you call them. For yeah, just so now my bed's got 8 pillows on it, and they're all decorative, and it looked incredible. It was amazing. I was like, this feels good. This feels really good. And then I look around the rest of my room, and I'm like, boy, the rest of this really, I really don't like. I like the bed, but the furniture, the desk I had in there, and the dressers and the other stuff, I'm like, the rest of this now almost looks even worse. This is where I'm going to caution you, because I was not cautioned. The key is to focus on the thing that makes you feel good and be grateful for that and go like, yes, I've got my one little piece of paradise here. I've got my one little piece of paradise here. So you're probably wondering like, okay, maybe this helps to, the environment that I surround myself with. Because I'm going to show you how this ends up being the start to changing your entire environment, your entire life, the entire way you work. So let's jump to the work side of things, right? So I was amazed when I was working a corporate job, the number of people that they would maybe, start between 7 and 8 a.m. They would work through lunch, and then they'd work through to like 6 p.m., go home, then jump on and still be working at night. Like they're basically like, I don't know, working 16 hours a day. And there's one of those where it's like, oh my gosh, I got to keep up. Yet, let me tell you, most of these people, they are working a lot, yet they are not effective. They are not producing much value. Had the fortune of noticing that many of the most high performing workers were often the most disappointing when it came to how much they actually came through on what they promised to deliver. They would just sign up and go like, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that, do the other thing. And they would, yes, in fact, get a lot of stuff done. But they just about never got done everything they said they would get done when they said they would do it. Maybe they were lucky if they got half of it done. So why is this important? Because if you just only sign up for half of the things and you do all of those things, people are amazed with you. Because the thing is, these high performers that only follow through half of the time, they have double the amount of emotional baggage and psychological overhead, thinking and juggling all of these things. They have all of that burden, yet they're only getting half the time. They're getting people that are happy with their work, and the other half, they're disappointed. And we know that disappointment actually has more impact than how much you benefit. Because think about it. What is the saying? It's like it takes a lifetime to build a reputation and only one mistake to ruin it. So the thing is if you are a superstar, you do everything you say, people are going to weight that much better than the person that maybe even actually do a little bit more than you do, but they're also disappointing way more often. So it really isn't necessarily about how much you do, it's how much value you're perceived as offering and how easy it is to work with you. So where does this come in with what is the bedspread effect when it comes to working and doing things? For me, it was about the lunch hour, because it was one of those that I think I had a manager that once said, like, lunch is important. You got to have your break. You see here, see my calendar, and he literally had meetings from like 7 a.m. till like 5 p.m. and then sometimes evening ones because he had to work with a team in India. But he's like, but you see this one? You see this one here, 12:30 to 1? That's mine. That's my time for lunch. That's my special sacred time. And I was like, boy, this guy's successful. He's my manager. I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. And so I made lunchtime a sacred time where I would do an hour lunch. So noon to 1. That's what, for the most part, if somebody tried to set a meeting, I'd do my best to reschedule it. But sometimes, somebody's like, oh no, it's the only time. And so we'll do it. But then if I could, it's like, okay, I'm going to now have 12:30 to 1:30 as my lunch, or I'm going to carve out some time, at least a half hour, where I go and I have that time where I eat my lunch. And I would love to just go outside and do it. And so this was outside of Sacramento. And so short of monsoon rains or 110-degree heat, I would be outside there enjoying some sunshine or the outdoors, to be around the plants and the trees, um, as few as there might have been, because I just really valued that. And I felt like that was the one thing that was like, oh, it's a good day because I'm doing this. And what the bedspread effect is, both with the literal bedspread and this metaphorical bedspread of lunch, is that it starts to show where the attention is required for the rest of the improvements. And so in my home, slowly but surely, it was, replace the furniture in the bedroom. Then the bedroom's great. And then, ooh, how's the bathroom feeling? Like, okay, let's maybe, get a nice shower curtain. Let's maybe get some rugs there. That's feeling good. Then, ooh, oh, what's going on in the living room? Like, oh boy, okay, let's maybe go and get some stuff that matches, and maybe get a new couch and things like that that goes together. And then, yeah, did it happen overnight? No, but in about a year to 2 years, I had a really respectable looking apartment. And then you're like, okay, well, how does this happen at work? In the workspace, because it's like, okay, I've got this one area that feels good, and then it's like, ooh, other parts of work don't feel so good. Hmm. So maybe it's a little bit about like being disciplined about what projects I take on, right? Because I've got this sacred time I want to defend. And so I got to be careful with managing my time and how I communicate. Or maybe it starts to be, oh, well, how am I gonna, maybe it's time to, well, it's a little bit physical. It's like, okay, I'm gonna clean up my desk and have a clean work environment, right? So that's good too. Or sometimes it just ends up being that like, oh, I don't like this project, or so I'm going to get better at choosing projects that I actually want to be on. You actually have a lot more power than you think you do, by the way. And then at some point, there would just be like, I don't think I like being on this team anymore. I want to do something completely different because this just isn't feeling as good as I feel when I'm having lunch and talking about the things that I want to be talking about. And so then I would look for other roles within the company. So the bedspread effect is the solution to changing your entire way of working, your entire environment, because it's an area that is that shining light that shows you how your life, your environment can be, and that is going to spread and radiate and allow you to see what needs the effort, what needs your attention to make the changes, the shifts that you know you want to make so that you can feel that way that the bedspread effect gives you in that little moment, right? So at home, it might just be in the morning and in the evening, or just at lunchtime if you're talking about taking that time out at lunch, but you're going to be like, oh, I want more of this. And the key thing here is to focus that you're having that little bit of goodness and you want to expand that. Because one of the things that slowed me down early on was a little bit of that, like, oh God, just everything else sucks. Everything, like, this one thing's good, but everything else is garbage and awful and letting that almost make it feel like it's even worse. That's not how you want to go. You want to go, this is good, and ooh, now I see how things could get even better. You want to be building better. So whether you're a developer, whether you're an engineer, a leader, or just somebody else who has a life that feels like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by shittiness, I'm surrounded by too much to do. The new bedspread effect is the way to start because it's something small, it's something you can do, and maybe you're like, I don't care about my bedspread. I don't care about that. Pick something for you that uplifts you, that's something that can anchor you in feeling good about your environment, about your work, whatever that is. Maybe it is like just, oh, there's a coworker I really enjoy, and I'm gonna just make it a point to meet with them at least once a week or every other week, however often, and I'll come up with the reason of why that's necessary for work. But I just enjoy this person, the feedback they give me. I like how they listen to me, whatever it is, and then recognize that like, okay, part of my life is this way. I can make the rest of my life, I can start working on how do I get the rest of my life to feel like this? Because it's the inner feeling. It's like, how do you feel? And that's what you want to bring to more and more of your work, more and more of your environment, more and more of your entire life. So I'm curious, what's landing with you? Let me know down in the comments, or send me a message or an email through the socials or the whatnot. Let me know, like, do you think this could work for you? And if so, what's your bedspread gonna be? And I know for some of you, maybe in other parts of the world, you're like, what's a bedspread? It's a comforter, it's the top blanket, it's the duvet, something like that. So what is going to be your bedspread effect that you're gonna try? Is it going to be like just maybe cleaning up a space in your home or at work? Is it going to be setting out a little, special time? Maybe it's like you go to the gym or something like that. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear what it is, and love to hear how that then expands into more of your work, more of your environment, more of your life, just being that much more enjoyable, pleasurable, uplifting, and impactful for those around you in the best of ways. So with that, Thank you so much and good day.